Hi everyone, naimbag na aldaw yung aming kakailian. Again, this is Sheila Dr. Hernandez, your licensed immigration advisor based in Timaru, New Zealand. So, ang topic natin for today ay for high school graduates. So, may opportunity ba sa New Zealand for high school graduates? Para sa mga high school graduates without experience, meron bang paraan? Is there anything that you can do para ma-achieve yung immigration goals mo to New Zealand? Of course, yes, meron. So this video will focus on what actions could high school graduates take to achieve their immigration goals in New Zealand. Okay, first, para sa mga high school na merong funds or money to pursue tertiary education, you have two choices whether to study in the Philippines or study in New Zealand. Honestly, mas mahal ang mag-study sa New Zealand. However, I know may mga high school graduates dyan, may mga parents dyan na merong savings or willing to support their children para mag-aral sa New Zealand. Yes, from high school, directly pwede silang mag-enroll sa New Zealand. Okay? So, paano ba yung process na yon? So, we have a separate video para sa tertiary or study, work, residence pathway. Okay? So, we'll be adding that links sa description ng video na to. Now, para sa mga mag-aaral sa Philippines, okay, if your final intention or your long-term goal is eventually mag-migrate sa New Zealand, then you need to understand kung ano dapat. Okay? Ano dapat ba ang i-consider mo before you decide kung anong course ang ipapursue mo or study mo sa college or university. Okay? So, we will go through that after. Then, similarly, ganun din yung sa mga high school graduates who have no plans na mag-study and directly mag-work right away. Then, ano ba yung dapat work kung maipapursue? Ano dapat yung work na i-grab ninyo? Okay, ganun din yung mga high school graduates na nag-work na ngayon, but then you're planning to change industry or change of career. Ganon din yung mga high school graduates who are currently working na meron ng acquired experience and wanting to know kung yung experience ba na yon would be enough or skilled ba for New Zealand. So, ang first step would be to understand the skills in demand in New Zealand. So, I will be discussing the long-term skill shortage list, immediate skill shortage list in New Zealand, yung low supply and high supply workers. Okay, so this is immigration website, okay, Immigration New Zealand. Dito nyo makikita yung mga skill shortage list. Okay, long-term meaning it is a shortage across New Zealand, lahat ng regions, and globally, even outside New Zealand. Okay, pupunta tayo sa list ng long-term skill shortage. So, ito yung skill shortage list natin. So, meron tayong group here, yung specific occupation, and then kung ano yung requirements. Okay, para sa requirements na to, to get a work visa sa New Zealand, if you meet the requirements on this column, hindi na kailangan mag-advertise ng employer ninyo. Kung hindi nyo man ma-meet yung nasa listahan na to, pwede pa rin kayong ma-employ, but the employer will have to advertise for the position to make sure na walang available New Zealanders to take the job before the employer offer the job to a migrant like you. Okay, so we have the construction group. Okay, so manager, construction project manager, project builder, okay, quantity surveyor. Bibigay ko sa inyo yung link so you can go through this list on your own. Okay, surveyor, okay, engineering, okay. Nasa long-term skill shortage natin ng mga engineers. Yan, civil, at saka mga technicians, okay, engineering technicians, electrical, civil, electronics, telecom, okay. And then, meron tayo sa finance, nag-iisa procurement manager, okay. Sa health and social services, medyo mahaba yung listahan, okay. So we have medical radiation therapist, general practitioner, med lab scientist, okay, gynecologist, physician, physiotherapist, psychiatrist, okay, aged care registered nurse, okay, sonographer, okay, specialist physician, surgeons, vet, okay. And then we also have ICT, electronics and communications, okay, yung mga IT natin, ICT. So, mahaba yung listahan. Kasama din sa long-term skill shortage. And then, for tourism, chef. Okay, kasama sa listahan. And for science, okay, meron tayong mga scientists, food technologists, and for trades, meron tayong 5. We have the automotive, electrician, motor mechanic, okay, electrician, and electric mechanic. Okay, so yan yung mga nasa long-term skill shortage list natin. So, meaning, shortage ang mga yan across New Zealand sa lahat ng region and outside. Okay, sa mga developed countries. So, this is a good reference. Okay, then let's go to the immediate skill shortage list. Yan, so meron tayong mga regions dito. Ito yung mga regions sa New Zealand. So, let's try one region. Let's say, yung pinakauna, Northland. So, meron tayong sa agriculture. Okay, mga dairy farmers. Right? And mga teachers. And engineering, mechanical engineering, kasama sa immediate skill shortage. Okay, mga health and social services, mga physician. And then for trades, we have bakers. And then we have trades workers, electronics, and metal fabricators. Mga metal machinists, motor mechanics. Okay? So, yung nasa third column, applicant na ma-meet itong criteria na to, ang ibig sabihin, yung employer do not need to advertise. But kung halimbawa wala kayo nito, okay lang ba? Kasi karamihan ng mga nandito na trades, walang level 4. Pero meron silang 3 years experience. Meaning, employer can still hire you, but kailangan i-advertise ng employer yung position. Okay? So, yun yung skill shortage list natin. Ngayon, let's go to another list. Meron din tayong separate na construction and infrastructure. Critical shortage sa construction industry sa New Zealand. So, meron silang separate list. Ito yun. So, ito, construction project manager, kasama din yan sa long term. Let's see yung mga trades na kasama. Kasi itong mga engineers, kasama na rin yan sa long-term skill shortage list. Kasama pa rin ulit sa construction immediate shortage list. So, let's go sa trades. Okay, mga metal fabricator, welder, okay, bricklayer, stonemason, carpenters and joiners. Yan, carpenters. Yan, floor finisher. Yan yung mga nasa immediate skill shortage Right. So, ibibigay ko din sa inyo tong listahan na to. Lahat ng mga link will be provided sa description ng video. And then, we also have a list, post-COVID na list. Okay, right. So, ito yung mga list ng oversupply. Okay, maraming New Zealander ang available to take these roles. So, we have the admin and call center. So, and then sa manufacturing, yan yung mga excess. And then sa retail and hospitality, and then under sa transport, kasama din ang delivery driver. So yan yung mga oversupply sa ngayon. Ibig sabihin, may available na locals o New Zealanders to take these jobs. Ngayon, ano naman ang mga shortage? Okay, so ang Queenstown have a separate silang list. Okay, pero for all other regions, ito yung mga shortage sa ngayon. Okay? So, we still have yung mga dairy farmers. Okay? Mga engineers. See that? Tsaka mga registered nurses, scaffolder, steel fixer, truck driver, tanker drivers. Okay? So as you can see, ang registered nurse kasama sa long-term skill shortage, kasama din siya sa undersupply ngayon sa New Zealand. And for engineers, ganun din mga industrial engineer, mechanical plant engineer. Kasama sila sa long-term skill shortage, kasama din sila sa immediate mga kailangan na ngayon. And ganun din ang mga dairy farm workers. Okay, kasama sila sa dating listahan ng immediate skill shortage, and then post-COVID, kailangan pa rin sila. Okay? And then, similarly, ganun din ang scaffolders. Okay, mga truck drivers. Okay, aside from the list that I have discussed, maganda din if you could register sa ating mga job sites just so you understand or just so aware kayo kung ano yung mga actual hiring, ano ba ang hinahanap nila. And you can see kung anong specific na experience ang hinihingi nila. Okay, magwork, sa mga hindi mag-aaral, ilang years dapat magwork. Ilang years dapat ang experience na kailangan mo i-accumulate. Okay? So, sabi ko nga, sa immigration, either meron kang experience or meron kang qualification. Pero, ang employer, kung minsan, requires experience. Meron namang hindi. Qualification lang, like sa dairy farm. But then, sa immigration, they use yung ANSCO, Australian and New Zealand classification of occupations. Okay? And yung mga farm workers, for instance, okay, ang kailangan nila ay at least secondary education, so high school graduate, since level 5, okay, and kailangan nila for some occupation a short period of on-the-job training. Okay, so short-term training ay enough to meet these criteria. So, para ma-consider ka na qualified for this position. Now, let's check, let's sample another. Let's say, okay, so baker, kailangan at least NZQF level 4 or at least 3 years experience. Okay? Para ma-consider ka na qualified for the position. For instance, sa mga hindi mag-aaral na high school or yung mga mag-shift ng career, so, kailangan yung mag-ipon ng 3 years experience bago pa kayo makapag-apply as a baker. Ganon din yung mga carpenters. Tignan natin yung carpenter. Carpenters and joiners. Yan. So, ANSCO skill level 3 siya. Kailangan ng level 4 or 3 years experience. So, parehas lang. Okay. Habang nasa ANSCO tayo, since ang long-term plan din naman natin is to stay permanently sa New Zealand, importante yung skill level for residents under skilled migrant category, no? So, importante na kung pipili kayo na experience, go for occupations na at least skill level 3. Okay? Like carpenters, for instance, skill level 3 siya. Speaking of residents, ano pa yung mga kailangan natin i-consider? Kailangan natin i-consider din ang tungkol sa sahod. Okay, ang reference na titignan natin in terms sa sahod would be, we will be using this website. I-share ko din to sa'yo. Sa ngayon, to apply for residence under skilled migrant category, kailangan na ng at least 25.5 and then by July 2021, kailangan na ng 27. So, kung pipili ka between occupations, kung ano yung pipiliin mo, i-consider mo din yung pay rate, yung wage, okay, yung magkano ang sahod. Like for carpenters, experienced carpenters can earn as high as 25 to 50. So, posible yung 27 sa carpenters. However, para sa mga iba, katulad ng baker, sa mga hospitality, mas mahirap sa kanilang i-achieve yun. So, walang hourly na kasulat. Computein natin. Okay? Consider natin yung qualified baker nila, like 40,000. 40,000 divide sa 52 weeks in 1 year. Divide mo sa yung normal working hours nila in 1 week is 40. So, nasa 19.2 ito ang starting nila. So, medyo actually mababa ang rate ng mga bakers sa New Zealand as compared to carpenters. Okay? To sum up, yung diniscuss natin, so you know the in-demand skills sa New Zealand, kung ano yung mga occupations na kailangan dito. Be aware sa mga skill shortage list, nagbabago yan every year. So watch out sa mga changes, and then yung skill level. So piliin niyo yung skill level 1 to 3. Okay? So yun yung mga skilled occupations. Okay? And then yung pay. Okay? Yan yung isang importanteng i-consider ninyo. Baka kasi yung pipiliin nyo na occupation, hindi mo naman makuha yung wage or salary threshold na kailangan for residents. I hope that with the information na na-share namin sa inyo, or you can make better decisions, okay? Para ma-achieve ninyo yung immigration goals ninyo sa New Zealand. Thank you for watching.